Hi guys, this is Go Time with Showtime. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, make sure you share, like, comment, and subscribe. And as far as my returning subscribers, always guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a story out of North Carolina. And it is kind of disturbing, this story, because it's about a 9-year-old boy who was being abused by his 73-year-old grandmother. And with that being said, guys, I'm gonna let you guys hear the video, and then, like always, I'm gonna come back and talk about it and give my insight on what I think. All right, guys, I'll see you guys in a sec.
Accused of taking a pot of scalding hot water and pouring it over her 9-year-old grandson who has autism.
Treka Spraggins listed her job as an instructor, and in court today, her attorney said she was a former social worker within the Wake County school system. The state says this is not the only abuse she's accused of either. Chelsea Donovan joins us live with more on this disturbing case. Chelsea.
Yeah, it was said in court today that this boy was so badly burned and never received that medical attention that he would go to his neighbor's house, ask to mow their lawn for money simply so he could just buy burn cream. The prosecutor said that these burns were so severe that it will cause permanent bubbling of his skin. He will need skin grafts, and also he will be permanently disfigured.
Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
Treka Spraggins.
In a striped jumpsuit from inside the Wake County Jail, 73-year-old Treka Spraggins speaks to a judge.
This case involves an 11-year-old autistic child.
Last night, Spraggins was arrested by Raleigh police at her home on felony child abuse charges stemming from incidents that occurred over the past several years.
I will tell you that in 15 years, I've never had a safe child tell me that the diagnosis for this child is child torture.
Warrants show in January of 2020, Spraggins poured boiling water on the hip, buttocks, and abdomen area of her 9-year-old grandson, causing blistering and scarring of the skin, and that she refused to provide medical care for the burn inflicted. The burns were found in recent weeks as Spraggins' daughter filed a domestic violence protection order against her mother.
It was so severe that Judge Hamdani called and reported to CPS immediately.
Spraggins was his legal guardian. The ADA says she told police she poured water on her grandson on accident, but admitted she didn't get him the care he needed. The assistant district attorney says that's not the only alleged abuse.
He was beaten with numerous objects, to include a bat, sticks, hands, a metal shelf. He was starved on numerous occasions.
Spraggins' attorney said the allegations are false and stated in court today the boy had behavioral problems. Now, Spraggins remains in jail under a $325,000 bond. She has no criminal record. If convicted on these charges, she could face roughly 40 years in prison.
All right, guys, you just saw that video, and it talks about the 73-year-old grandmother, Treka Spraggins, and what she did to her 9-year-old grandson, who is autistic. Now, did you guys hear where it said that she had poured boiling hot water on his hips, his buttocks, and abdominal area? Now, she's saying that this is an accident. She accidentally did it, but you didn't call or get him no help for these burns that needs skin grafts. He's gonna forever have blisters, and he's gonna be deformed in a way from this these burns. But as a grandmother and a former social worker, you didn't think he needed to get these burns looked at? And it's a shame that he had to be asking the neighbors to cut the grass for money so he could take care of his own burns. Now, I don't know what kind of grandma this is, but she needs to be exactly where she's at, and she needs to get those 40 years. And she's gonna see the care that they give in prison, because it ain't good. Now, with that being said, guys, it also said that she wasn't feeding him. She was beating him with objects like sticks, bats, her hands, starving him, and things like that. Like, you were his guardian. So obviously he was taken from his mom and put into your care, in which you failed too. Because if you didn't want him and you was doing all these evil things to him, you could have just called and said this was not working anymore and gave him back, or sent him somewhere where somebody was going to care for him. She had nerves to say he had a behavior issue. Woman, he is artistic. That's what artistic kids does. I have an artistic nephew myself, and I don't see that happening. They can't control the way they are. They can't control the way they act. And for you to be a former social worker at a school and doing something like this to your 9-year-old grandson, you are an evil lady. Guys, this is ridiculous, and it doesn't make sense for her to have done this child like this. And I'm glad that the daughter did call the CPS to because obviously she saw something wrong that she wanted to call and get help for her son. So I'm not sure why he wasn't with the mom, but they gave him to somebody even worse, probably, than the mom. It's sad. It's sad because this child finna have these permanent scars for the rest of his life. And for a grandmother to do something like this to a grandchild, it's real sad. Because grandparents and parents supposed to love their kids and grandkids unconditionally. And he wasn't getting that from his grandmother. The one other person he trusted like his mom. Guys, with that being said, let me know what you think should happen to Treka Spraggins. Do you think she deserved those 40 years? All 40 of them. She don't need no slack. She need the permanent 40, the max. She need the max 40 years. So let me know if she deserved these 40 years, because she do. Let me know in the comment what you think about this case and what you feel about what she did to this 9-year-old artistic child that was her grandson. All right, guys, with that being said, always remember, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see all you guys in my next video.